day.
But a glorious district, oh these large, heathery, silent hills.
Treeless, peakless, and gnarly rockless.
Great masses of solitary silence, broken only by high rills, tumbling into raging and sparkling torrents in the valley.
And the gradual opening of the rich, low country ending in the beauty of Perth.
Were I to see it yearly for 1,000 years, I cannot conceive that the impression would ever fade.
Scotland's moorlands are amongst the rarest habitats on Earth. I'm James Fenton. I've always been interested in moorlands. In fact, in this part of the hills, when I was at school nearby, I used to come here and walk the hills, and so I know the area particularly well. And they've always had strong appeal to me, these moorlands. And I think what people don't realise is these moorlands, the heather moorlands you see all around us and all the other kinds of moorland, are one of the rarest habitat types on this planet. Well, Scotland's moorlands are important for many reasons. I think one of the key reasons is they actually characterise Scotland and its landscape. For thousands of years, the main landscape type has been open moorland. Heather in some places, grass in others, peat bogs in others. There's a huge range of moorland types, from Shetland down to the Mull of Kintyre, from Nab's Head to John O'Groats. It's recognised internationally. The heather we see around us here, heather is internationally recognised. It's on Annex 1 of the Habitats Directive, making it internationally important. This map is of southern Scotland, Dumfries and Galloway and the borders. Now the red areas are areas of moorland, some of the last remaining tracts of moorland. The green are forestry plantations and the yellow is where the moorland has been fragmented. So the yellow and green show the extent the moorland would have been about 100 years ago. But over the last 100 years, a lot of forestry planting for economic reasons, which is quite reasonable, but it has resulted in a fragmentation of moorland into smaller and smaller blocks. Look at this area. All that moorland area there would have been moorland. Now it's only the red bits. So this illustrates what happens to moorland over time without any strategic policy. And it could happen to the rest of Scotland. Issue here is the Mull of Kintyre, and that's virtually all moorland. That's all forestry plantation now. It was once been moorland. And this will happen over the rest of Scotland in this ad hoc manner, unless there's some policy guidance to determine which are the key areas of moorland to keep and which areas where there's still scope for forestry and woodland planting. Well, a lot of species rely on moorland. I mean, not only heather moorland, because I said moorland's a whole range of types. Starting with some of the plants, some of the common moorland plants, heather itself, bog asphodel, which is a lovely orange flower you get in late summer, cross-leaved heath, another kind of heather. They're internationally rare. We're the world centre for bog asphodel. There's a whole nature reserve in France just for bog asphodel. We have it all around us. Again, we don't value it because it's common here. So some of the plants are rare. Heather itself, again, with the centre of its range, it's quite a much rarer species, say, than Scots pine. Grouse is really only found in Britain. It's one of the few species unique to heather moorland. You get some of the raptors, the golden eagles, hunting ground over huge swathes of open moorland, hen harriers, merlin. So there's quite a lot of birds, and I'm not going to mention insects, but various insects and bugs and beetles which are only found on moorland. So each habitat has its distinctive range of species. Yes, just here we've got a typical array of moorland plants. None of these are particularly rare ones. We've got heather, Kaluna heather there, deer grass. It's not actually a grass, but it's called deer grass, and that sort of gives the moors a lovely orange tinge in late summer and the autumn. What we need is some sort of stand back. Which are the core areas of moorland in Scotland, which we should keep as moorland? Which areas maybe we can sacrifice for more trees or other uses? At the moment, we're losing it in bits and pieces. You might find a key bit of important moorland has all disappeared without any public debate or discussion. So what's needed is really a debate in Scotland about why moorland is important, where we should keep it as moorland, and where we're willing to lose some more moorland for the sake of the economy, whether it's trees or agriculture or other economic uses. But at the moment, there's no guidance from government, from NGOs, from any organisation, any agency, on which are the key bits of moorland which we want to keep as moorland. Well, it's interesting the way the Scottish Gamekeepers Association have got involved in this project to try and push for a better strategy for moorland. Because I believe the same for a long time. I think there needs to be more strategic guidance for moorland. And I wouldn't see myself as a natural bedfellow, but having worked with them, as long as we share a common values, a common interest. They are an organisation with maybe 3,000 members who spend all their lives, daily working lives, on the hills and moors of our upland estates and areas. And they're very much in touch with what's happening in moorland, and they're concerned, like I am, about the loss of moorland, continuing attrition. Bits lost here, bits lost there. And I think I and the SGA both agree we need a more strategic vision. We need not a vision for moorland. People need to get together and decide which bits of moorland are key to keep. And I think we really want the people of Scotland to value what perhaps they've taken for granted to date. And the SGA are probably the biggest organisation, the most members involved day to day in moorland, so they're natural people to try and promote its conservation.
Moorlands are very important to our members. Our guys live and work in these moorlands every day of the week, and we feel it's vitally important that this is recognised. And moorland is so endangered now that we have to do everything we can to save it.